The most anticipated real-life Pokemon movie is finally here. Hello everyone, welcome to RFD channel. So today I'm gonna do a review of the movie Detective Pikachu. I just saw the movie actually, so I will tell you a little bit of my thinking about this movie and what is good about the movie, what is less likable. And I will do two sections. The first will be non-spoilers, and before we go to the spoilers, I will alert you and warn you before we go to the spoilers section. And let me just point out something I find is very good about before we start the review is the promotion of this movie. I find it's particularly good. As you know, Ryan Reynolds did a good job of promoting this movie, and also, well, I'm sorry, when I buy the ticket at my local theaters, they already give a trading card of Pokemon games. So I find it's a good way of not only for the movie but already starting to put people on the game card game of this Pokemon. As you know, it's already have the anime and the manga, and also it's a huge game of Pokemon games. I mean, in the past, as you know, they have a lot of different games of Pokemon already. All right, so let's start with a little bit of recap of this movie before I start reviewing it. Let's do a synopsis. As you know, this movie is in talk. I mean, the movie itself is in Metropolis, populated between the humans and Pokemon in Rhyme City. And as you know, is a 24 years old former Pokemon trainer named Tim Goodman, who encountered Pikachu while he was in his dad apartment. And from there, both of them trying to figure out what happened to his dad, also finding his missing dad. And from that perspective, they did together an adventure and finding clues, what happens, and encounter Lucy Steven and her Psyduck actually. So there you go. So just a little bit around that this world of Detective Pikachu. And as you know, the cast is Ryan Reynolds that doing the voice of Pikachu, and you have Justice Smith as Tim Goodman, and you have Catherine Newton as Lucy Stevens, and also Bill Nighy as Howard Clifford. Alright, for the good thing that I find about this movie, well, actually, quite a few things, a lot of things I find is good. Obviously, the actor Ryan Reynolds at the trailer already you find is very attracting Pikachu, and so obviously in the movie I find it's very consistent. Ryan Reynolds as Pikachu is good as the character itself, uh, pretty sarcastic and addicting. Caffeine Pikachu is very funny, and throughout the entire movie, you cannot retain yourself from laughing. A lot of jokes. As a fan, even as a fan, you know there's a lot of jokes and references of in games, anime, manga, and also um, and a different I mean, a theme song and things like that that you find inside the movie itself. And the adventure, the action is there, so you don't get bored throughout the movie. Not only the comedy, but the action and the adventure itself is quite entertaining, and that is a very good point of this movie, I find. And obviously, if you are a Pokemon fan, references, there are a ton of it inside not only about the Pokemon itself, there are a lot to detect and to see and to find all the Pokemon inside the movie, and that is interesting things to do also to find out who, which, and where all the Pokemons are, and they do a good job about it actually. And also, I find the CGI pretty good. The CGI and the visual itself is well done. And for a movie that is 150 million budget, is it shows with the CGI and also with the visual effect. And the other thing is also about the darker tone of the movie. As you know, it's PG-13, which is surprising though. And anyhow, I will get into it a little bit later. But I was expecting as a movie like this will be a PG movie and it's like brighter, as you know, like The Incredibles example, or the Open Season. Well, other kind of this kind of movie where you have the cinematic is more a brighter color and a more vivid color, and but this is not. Is you will see the color of the entire movie is a bit darker, the tone of it, they use a darker tone, and it's surprising, and I find it's good actually, the way they present it, and I like it. Okay, a little bit, I cannot say is a bad side, but it's more like a less interesting side of the movie. The plot itself is okay. I cannot is something that will wow you. Is something that I already when I watch it, you find a little bit clues around the movie and know a little bit what's going on, the next thing that's going on. So it's not something that I will say plot-wise it will be something revolutionary. So yeah. And the other thing is the soundtrack that I particularly find interesting in the trailer, but in the movie, unfortunately, I feel a little bit flat. The soundtrack. So I don't know, maybe if you watch another time or multiple times, you will find it better. But for now, the first viewing, I find the soundtracks a little bit not as good as I expected. All right. Okay, now is the spoilers section. So you've been warned. If you don't want any spoilers, you stop the review now, and when you finish watching the movie, you can go back to my channel and watch this. So you've been warned, spoilers. All right, the thing I like a lot, well, I mean, apart from what I said earlier, is I like the Psyduck. Pikachu obviously is super cute for people or for fans of Pikachu. I like the way they CGI the Pikachu and with the fur, which is different because most of the time, as in the other movie or in anime, you see the Pikachu, he doesn't have a fur exactly, um, and here, yeah. The Pikachu with the fur, I like it, I dig it, and with his sarcastic tone is definitely one thing that's highlight the movie for me. The other thing is Psyduck. Of Psyduck has always been a little bit of Pokemon that I find interesting to know his power. And here definitely you feel it when the psychic power go off and you feel the power of the psychic powers go off, you feel the intensity of it. And I really like that part where he's so Pikachu use finally we see his power going off and blow it away. And the other thing about people that already watched the movie, can you tell me I forget the name of the Pokemon that has been enhanced and the landscape itself is changing all the time, and this visually is superb, is really great, is super. I find it interesting, like in Inception visual that's been taken from that Inception's movie, and they took that and now they use it for this movie, and this particular landscape changing on the Pokemon movie, these Pokemon movies, and that's quite interesting. And also, you can let me know which Pokemon, because in the movie they say it, and I keep forgetting. Now I'm forgetting the name of the Pokemon. And the other thing of one is surprising, as at the end we find out who the dad is. They keeps not blurring, but not showing the face, or we just a little bit see the dad silhouette a little bit every now and there, but it was a surprise for me to find the dad at the end was Ryan himself. So it's a good thing, actually. It's very good to see that finally we see the real dad who is, which is Ryan. And the thing that bugs me in this movie is the PG-13. Why is PG-13? I don't know. Maybe it's restricted too much, because the entire movie is obviously the family. The target is for family movie with a lot of joke, but not dark enough, or you don't see enough blood or battling to, I don't know, for PG-13. I find this very weird. Anyhow. And the other thing I would like to see more is the battle between Pikachu and Mewtwo by the end of the movie. I expected it more, a little bit more epic, where Pikachu will use more his power, and you will see more the fight between them with their power and more exploding things, because Mewtwo, come on, you have to know that he's a badass Pokemon, and you expect when he used his power, you will see more explosion, more things that's changing, and all the scenery might, change, or uh, I don't know, with his psychic powers, we're expecting things more about Mewtwo, um, you know, making more damage to the cities and things around it, while he's using his psychic power. And for Pikachu, I expect more. He's using his electricity power to fight. You find you still find it in the last, I mean, in the last battle, but not as much. I would like to use more using his power, electrocuting Mewtwo, or trying to electrocuting, or using this to exploding things around, or attacking Mewtwo, example, more of it. So yeah, maybe it's just me, but you can comment below and let me know what you think about the movie, and what you like and dislike, and what's the highlight for you. And yeah, so that's it for me. And if you like the video, please thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And don't forget to share, comments below, and also don't forget the bell notification button. So have a good day.